An electric night at the track, and the lightning and the rain and everything stayed away.
Yeah, well, a little bit. We did get rained on, but it was very, very hot for day 4.
Spectacular night here and a fitting start for this show.
Yeah.
Reigning world champion Marco Arop will bring him in draped in the Canadian flag because he's going to his second Olympics. Congratulations, Marco. A lot has changed in your life since the first Olympics. I just said it, reigning world champion, and you're going into these Olympics. Describe the moment.
Yeah, it's been an incredible journey since then, since the last Olympics. I've learned so much, improved so much, and it's just a lot of lessons that I've had to overcome and learn from.
You're a champion on the track, but I think what impresses me most is just your personal reputation. Everyone has just the most love to give to you. What does that mean, being such a leader to this team going into Paris?
It means a lot to me. I don't really think of myself like that, but when I hear it from other people, it does make me grateful. I'm surrounded by amazing people, and it's just easy to give that back in response.
Marco, there was never any doubt that you were going to lock up that Olympic berth, but you came here with a mission. You wanted to make sure that you use this back-to-back to your advantage and do a test run. Did you get everything out of this that you wanted to get?
Yes, absolutely. Even though it was almost certain that I was going to the Olympics, I still wanted to come out here and compete, become a national champion again, and just kind of work those stepping stones again. It's worked last year, and I think if I use it to my advantage this year, great things will happen.
Marco, I gotta ask, it's a blunt question. The 800 meter to me has got to be the hardest thing in life. Does it ever feel fun?
It does get fun. It certainly hurts a lot, and the training we do is a lot harder than the races. So I think days like this, I'm grateful that I put in the work on the training tracks.
We are so lucky. It is such a joy to watch you race, Marco, and I know you're going to give your everything in Paris. We can't wait to watch you compete. Enjoy this, and we'll see you there.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you too.
Congratulations.
Right. Thank you.
We'll let you celebrate. We'll let you get into the night. Marco Arop, draped in the maple leaf, like I said, going into Paris as the reigning world champion. The 800 meter tonight providing some fireworks, AB, because right before Marco, we watched Jazz Shukla make that Olympic qualifying standard, run a lifetime best, a championship record with everything on the line.
I think it was the definition of the Olympic dream. Of course, we're looking ahead to Paris 2024, but when she crossed that line, I was like, that was a dream that came true. And there was a lot of tears from a lot of athletes, and it just touches your heart.
We talked to Jazz. Let's take a listen.
Well, I actually was really, really sick for a number of years, and I took a whole 14 months completely off running. And I came back because I really like spending time with my friends and being on the team, and actually just the act of going out for a run. I decided to give the 2022 season a go just to say I did one healthy outdoor season before I called it. And 2 years later, love it more than ever, still kicking. So, yeah.
So out of that, let's cut the distance in half. A lot of drama as well in the 400 meter. Where should we start? With the women's 400 meter. We talked about it last night. So much intrigue around it and so much depth.
Yeah, and Glenroy Gilbert, of course, national team head coach, goes, this is a good problem to have for the 4x400. Savannah Sutherland, I shook her hand after Pride of Borden, Saskatchewan. She's got her eyes on the prize to make that relay team.
Yeah, and of course, she's right there in the top 4. She wants to be on that relay team, a relay team that could potentially sneak into that bronze medal position perhaps, but Zoe Sherrar leading the way, spoke to her after she achieved and lived up to her Olympic dream.
I feel like at the beginning of the year, my coach and I sat down, we wrote on the paper 50.95, which is the Olympic standard, and we're like, how do we do that? And we just put the pieces together slowly. There's a lot of patience, a lot of learning from my competitors, from teammates, and for it to come together is pretty special.
On the men's side in the 400 meter, Christopher Morales Williams, 19 years old, meteoric rise with his family watching, wins a national title, punches his ticket to Paris.
I got to watch the race right next to Damian Warner. He gave me a nice little color commentary. He said, that kid is going to be a champion. So exciting.
And some breaking news tonight that we can share right here. Christopher Morales-Williams is turning pro, signed by Adidas. I understand that he's going to stay in school. He says, I want to learn about all about animals.
Yeah.
So he's going to stay in school. Stay in school, everyone. But he's going pro. What a huge night for the entire family.
Well, I think the sky is the limit. And yeah, I mean, again, to go back to that Olympic dream, just to see his sister, his brother, his dad, so many family members in the stands. I mean, it does not get any better than that. So proud, and Canadians should be so incredibly proud of this 19-year-old phenom.
Let's listen to the teen sensation.
Like, my family supports everybody that we do everything. I mean, they've always just been so supportive, not just of me, but of all my siblings and cousins. But I feel like this is definitely a big dream. My grandfather, who just passed away, this is definitely his dream back in the day to kind of always play for Ecuador at the national team, national level. And so for him, generations later, for me to kind of follow that dream and compete for my national team, I feel like I'm kind of completing his dream for him. You know what I mean?
So some beautiful stuff here tonight. Perhaps the most beautiful moment to me, AB, happening in the hurdles. Mariam Abdul-Rashid, she has poured her heart into this, and tonight she has finally lived up to her Olympic dream.
One foot in front of the other. When she said that, I started to tear up.
Yeah,
I mean, really,
it was emotional.
It was just so raw, so real, so vulnerable, and that's why we love sports.
Let's take a listen to Mariam.
So I was saying I started when I was 6 years old, and I had the dream since then. And there's been a lot of years where you think, like, should I give up the childhood dream? And I just knew I had more to give, and it doesn't come when you want it all the time, but it's here now, and it was worth the wait.
Turned out to be a pretty emotional night, didn't it?
Yeah, well, it was good that it rained on and off because
right, you couldn't tell if we were crying.
Yeah.
Something in the air. Something in the air. To that point, we were worried about conditions here tonight.
Yeah.
It seems like we have gotten out of this evening without any big injuries.
Yeah, and that was honestly first line of my mind. I'm going, we're watching Damian Warner run the 110 hurdles, do some long jumping.
Right.
It was pouring. It really was. The weather here has been really wild in Montreal. We've had suntans, we've gotten frostbite, we got rained on. It's been good competition, though.
Okay, so we're headed to day 5, the 5th and final day. Looking forward, of course, to the men's 200 meter. This could be redemption for Aaron Brown. He told me after the 100 meter, I'm ready for that. I'm looking forward to that. Andre DeGrasse won't be running in it, but we'll tie a bow on this, AB. What are you looking forward to as we wind this thing down and we can really start looking forward to Paris?
I think you said it. Aaron Brown, I mean, so consistent, one of the veterans, one of the team leaders of this amazing, golden age of athletics. Little redemption, and I think he's going to set the tone for us to land the plane going into Paris.
All right, that's it from the 1976 host site of the Games, and now we're eyeing up Paris one final day. We can't wait.